Hey, what's going on everyone? Greg here, and with the holidays just wrapping up, I bet a ton of people out there have just gotten new iPhones, especially the iPhone XS or the iPhone XR. And in this video, I wanted to go over my top 10 apps for the iPhone XS and the iPhone XR that I personally use on almost a daily basis. I use all of the apps that I'm going to be mentioning. Some of the apps I mention are free, some of them are paid, and some of them are free, but then maybe you gotta pay a little more to unlock some certain features. So let's get right into the video and start off with my first app, called Over. Just as its name implies, Over is a photo editor that basically emphasizes placing things on top of each other. There's tons of different elements that you can use in Over. For example, I use it a lot for placing a lot of text over images if I'm trying to make a quick meme, or if I'm trying to put a title on something, I generally go and use Over. You can also use another image, so say if you have like a transparent PNG file and you want to put that image over another image, you could do that in Over. Say you have multiple images that you want to kind of put together. That is something that Over is capable of doing. I love how simple it is to use. The editor is super fast, responsive, drag and drop, resizing. Everything just works so well. And there are lots of options for masks, layers, filters, text options, font options. When I first picked up this app, it was just so easy to learn. Everything is very easy and intuitive to use. So if you're a complete beginner and you want to do some kind of photo editing, maybe you want to make a meme or something like that, Over is a really good way to get started, and it's free to start out with. But there is a pro version if you want to unlock some more of its capabilities. Even with the free version, which is what I use, Over is just a really great app and a really fun way to add text or other photos or logos onto other photos. Now, speaking of photos, if you like to take photos with your iPhone XS or your iPhone XR and you want a little more control than what's available in the stock camera app, my next app, Halide, might be for you. Halide is a great camera app that just gives you a lot more options than the stock camera app on iOS. So of course you can capture raw photos. You also get support for manual controls like manual focus, focus peaking, shutter speed, ISO, and white balance controls. It even has some great gestures like dragging up and down so you can easily change your exposure. Halide also does some really cool UI things like placing the histogram in the top left corner of the notch, which I would like to see some more apps borrow, kind of using the top of the iPhone XR and the iPhone XS to add some more UI elements. Even adds the ability to capture depth mode data for objects on the iPhone XR, which you cannot do with the iPhone XR stock camera app. It only has the ability to do portrait mode for people. With Halide, you can actually do that for objects with the single lens system. And Halide is a really cool place to capture all that depth data and see what you can do with it. It even has a cool AR mode where you can kind of place the photos in the space that you're in, and you can kind of move your phone around and view the photo from different angles, and it kind of shows all of that depth data that it's capturing. It's really gimmicky, but in a way, it's really, really cool to see. Halide is currently $5.99 on the App Store, and again, it's my top recommendation if you're looking for a camera app to add a little bit more manual control. Now, this next app is something that I just recently discovered, and that is called Pixaloop. And Pixaloop gives you the ability to add animation to your still photos. Say you take a picture of a waterfall and you want to make it look like the waterfall is flowing in your picture, or if you have a picture of the sky and you want to make the clouds moving in the background, Pixaloop is able to do this in an easy and fun way. Pixaloop easily allows you to place animation and flow by dragging your finger in the direction you want the motion to go. It even offers tools to stop where the motion ends by placing anchors along the edge, and you can even specifically freeze certain areas to completely stop the animation. Now, this is a relatively newer app, and it does offer some pro versions as well for an increased price, and I've just been playing around with the basic version, but what I've been doing with the basic version has really impressed me. I would just recommend trying it out for free and seeing how you like it. It really brings some life to those still photos, and I really like what I'm seeing so far. Do you love Reddit, but you hate the Reddit iOS app? Do you want an app for Reddit that looks like it was designed by Apple? Something that was natively made on iOS? Look no further than the app called Apollo. Apollo is a Reddit client that is specifically designed with iOS design guidelines in mind. Basically, it looks like Apple designed this app itself. It's fast, responsive, supports great media viewing for videos, photos, and GIFs. Apollo offers an automatic dark mode or a quick swapping dark mode by just holding the upper top portion of the app, and you can quickly change between light and dark mode. It's integrated to use multiple accounts and even things like 3D touch, and even the small things. I love how the volume indicator looks in Apollo. It appears in the top left of the notch corner, and it doesn't bring that obtrusive volume in the middle of the screen. This is definitely something Apple should steal for future versions of iOS. Apollo is free to use, but there are pro versions that unlock a couple more features. One of those options is more customization, so you can actually customize the app icon on Apollo, and they have tons and tons of options. I personally love the 6-color option to get that classic Apple look. Can't recommend Apollo enough, and it's free to try out, so definitely give it a shot. Now, if you watched my previous video on 10 Apple Watch apps I like, you would notice that I included a sleep tracker called AutoSleep. Now, although AutoSleep does work a lot better if you have an Apple Watch, it also works independently just by using your iPhone. Without a watch, AutoSleep works as soon as you put your phone down to go to bed at night, and as long as you don't touch your phone in the middle of the night, or if you do touch your phone in the middle of the night, it will track it as movement, and then when you wake up in the morning, AutoSleep will automatically stop tracking your sleep and give you your sleep report. AutoSleep itself offers a really easy to read chart, sleep time, and if you have an Apple Watch, it gives you greater indicators like sleep, deep sleep, quality, and even your heart rate beats per minute. And you can just see a lot of information in this app, like your averages, your history of your sleeping, and it even has a chart for sleep debt to let you know how much sleep you need to make up. So if you're looking to monitor your sleep, if you're looking for a really good sleep tracking app, and especially if you own an Apple Watch, AutoSleep is a great app to do that, and it starts at $2.99 on the App Store. Now, I'm not sure if this is technically classified as an app because it's more of a game, but I'm gonna include it in this list anyway because I like it so much, and that is Civilization 6 on the iPhone. Civilization games are one of my favorite games to play on the PC and Mac, and I can't believe that the full version of Civilization 6 is running on an iPhone. And this game works really well, especially if you have an iPhone XS Max or the iPhone XR because of the 6.1-inch screen on the iPhone XR and the 6.5-inch screen on the iPhone XS Max. Civ 6 is just a really fun turn-based strategy game for all you empire builders out there. The game runs incredibly fast and smooth and looks really good on the iPhone, and I find it works really well on mobile, so anytime you have a spare moment, you could just pull out Civilization, play a couple of turns, and this game just works really well on a touchscreen in general because it's turn-based, you have a lot of time to make your movements, and the game is grid-based, so anywhere you touch on the screen, if you want to move to a certain grid, it's just really easy to pick up and play on iOS. Now, the cost of this game is free for the first 60 turns, so you can play 60 turns and see if you like the game before you purchase it, and that is a good thing because Civ 6 pricing has been a little sporadic. I think now it's $17.99 for a limited time, but I believe this game goes up to $60 in full price, just like its PC counterpart. But if you're looking for a full-featured game and a game that's going to suck up countless hours, countless days of your time, Civilization 6 is a really great game on the iPhone. The stock calendar app on iOS leaves a lot to be desired, and if you're looking for a better calendar app on iOS, I recommend checking out Fantastical. Fantastical is a third-party calendar app that really focuses on using natural language to add calendar events to your calendar. So you can type something like lunch with Anthony on Wednesday at 12 p.m. and it automatically adds it to your calendar on that exact date with the exact time. You can use tons of natural language, even specifying year and month, and Fantastical just takes care of the rest. It has a scrolling list view so you can easily see your appointments for the week. And what I really love about Fantastical is that it supports reminders as well. So you have one app for all your scheduling needs, and of course, typing Remind Me switches that event from calendar to a reminder. So you have all your calendar events, all your reminders, just in one easy to look place so you never lose track of what you have to do. Fantastical is currently $4.99 on the iPhone, and if you're looking for a better calendar experience than the stock calendar app, I definitely recommend checking out Fantastical. Now, this next app is for all you note takers out there, especially if you want a more elegant note-taking app with a really nice UI, a really great design, that's also really minimalistic and just offers a ton of options to use. Well, look no further than Bear Notes. Now, I write all of my notes for the channel on Bear Notes, and I love how the design looks and the amount of options this app just gives you. It supports Markdown, can easily link notes, and it's such a powerful note app that you can basically just use it as your dedicated word processor. Bear Notes easily lets you categorize notes as well, and it's as easy as typing a hashtag into your note, so it automatically categorizes the note as soon as you add a hashtag. It even adds some cool icons to your categories as well, and you can customize those yourself. Bear is free to use, but if you buy the Pro subscription plan, which is only $15 a year, you can sync it between your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, and of course your Apple Watch. It unlocks even more customization too, including a bunch of cool themes for you to customize your experience. But again, it's free to use if you don't care about all those pro features and the syncing features through iCloud, and it's really, really cool and just a really nice, elegant note-taking app. Now, everyone should be using a password manager. There are so many times that a credit card company gets hacked, or maybe even a store that you shop at gets hacked. That means your information is exposed and people can go into any account that you have. So I really recommend people use a strong and secure password manager. And for my password manager, I use 1Password. 1Password is great because it easily lets you add and keep track of multiple logins, supports categories for favorites, passports, IDs, credit cards, and almost anything you would want to keep secret, including secure notes. Offers a place to easily store your usernames and passwords, and it even offers automatic password suggestion as well. And you can even customize your password suggestion. So if you like using words with hyphens, or if you like using a bunch of different capital letters, numbers, and symbols, you can kind of customize those passwords to your liking. And you can make them as strong as you want with tons of characters, tons of numbers, tons of symbols, so no one can ever guess your password. Now, my favorite thing with iOS 12 and 1Password is that now Face ID supports third-party password managers. So if you're logging into a website, say through Safari, you can easily click on 1Password in the little dialog above the keyboard, and that will autofill your information from 1Password directly into Safari. And this works not only in Safari, but across apps as well. So even if you were using iCloud Keychain and you switch to 1Password, you're still gonna have that same great experience with using Face ID. Now, 1Password has moved to a subscription model in the recent years. I currently got in when it was just a one-price membership, and that is still applying to me, but I think for new members, it's $3.99 a month, but that is a small price to pay for your security and your convenience. It's really, really convenient, especially with that iOS 12 integration to log into all of your websites and still stay secure. Now for the 10th and final app, this is gonna be a great app for all of those people coming into the new year and wanting to make a bunch of lists to kind of get more organized in the new year. And this app goes way further than the current reminders stock app on your iPhone. And this is my current task manager of choice, and that app is called Things. Things is a really awesome, fun, and intuitive way to keep track of what you need to do daily. And it features an inbox system to add tasks. So as soon as you add a task, it just drops it directly into your inbox so you can quickly go on and check it. And it also supports complex projects as well. So you can create separate projects, add more to them. It has a circle for completion. So as you start completing your projects, that circle fills up. It also works great with Siri, and it also goes into that stock reminders app as well. So if you do want to add reminders using Siri without having to do it with Things, you could just easily report anything you put in the reminders app into Things. Things also has some really nice gestures on the iPhone, so you can drag the plus icon into anywhere you want to add a task. And Things now has an automatic dark mode or a dark mode that you can set independently. And the styling on this dark mode with the different colors and the categories, I just think it looks so good on this app. And this app gets really complex, and there are tons of things that I could go over with Things. But for a task manager, I definitely recommend you check out Things, and it is currently $9.99 on the iOS App Store. Okay, and those are my 10 apps that I currently recommend for all you new iPhone XS and iPhone XR users. Hopefully this video is able to help you out and discover some really cool, some really awesome apps to put on your iPhone XS and iPhone XR. If you did like those apps, and if you liked the video, make sure you give me a like. If you want to see more from my channel, including more content on the iPhone XS and iPhone XR, make sure you're subscribed. If you want to find out more about these apps, make sure you check out all the links in the description. I'll list all of the apps I mentioned in this video. If you want to support the channel, make sure you check out the description as well. I'll have a link to my merch store and as well as to my Amazon affiliate. If you want to buy anything from Amazon, you could buy it through that link, and it actually helps me out, gives me a little bit of money to support the channel. If you want to know more about me and follow me on my day-to-day life, I'll also include a link to my Twitter as well. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.